Hi, guys. Please know that I am thinking about you so much, and I understand everything that you're going through, and my heart is just going out to all of you with love and healing energy and understanding, which really leads me into talking about struggling and the feeling of, will this ever end? And how am I going to keep doing this? And how do I take care of myself when I have others that I need to be caring for? So this is a big topic when someone is going through just really an illness in general, but when you were in the more advanced stages of illnesses, especially AFS, it really is challenging, to say the least, to try to take care of someone else when you can barely take care of yourself. And I know many of you are in this type of predicament, as well as many of you are having to work and look after children and people in your family or friends may not even really believe what you have and all of your symptoms, and you could be getting into quarrels with them. And please just know that you can come here to talk about all of these things that you are experiencing, because I feel it's very important to be able to talk about what you're experiencing, to share it with people that understand exactly what you are experiencing. Because I found for me that being able to share at least some of my thoughts, my feelings, my fears with someone, to kind of get this out of my body and mind at times, was extremely helpful. Because the one thing I do know for sure is that you are so over stress, and we all know that this is one of the big things that have led us to have this experience of AFS. We really overdid ourselves with stress, and that's why we find ourselves in this particular situation that we are in with this particular illness. We have had too many traumatic events. We have tried to people please. We have tried to make people happy. We have tried to have people like us. We have had too much stress with dysfunctional families, with expectations, always trying to live up to others' expectations of us. We are always trying to accommodate, overwork, be type A personalities, and the list goes on of why we find ourselves here with traumatic events and just no boundaries with people, and all of these things start spiraling and giving us symptoms, and before we know it, we are just barely able to get out of bed. And I'm not over exaggerating. I found for myself that being in that place where I am in bed or just on the couch, like many of you are, of course, it's challenging, and we will miss our other lives, even though they were dysfunctional in many ways and we were doing things for the wrong reasons. My illness caused me to go into deep reflection, and I know why I needed to basically start over, because I lost who I was. I was living most of my time in straight survival. So you can see how now the body is stuck in fight and flight or frozen, and we need to do whatever we can to help our bodies to feel safe. And that one of the biggest things that we have to do is to watch our stress of what's going on where we are right now. And I know that's challenging for most of you because of the reasons that I brought up in the beginning of this video. But that being said, we have to work on this piece to help our bodies to calm down. And that also means to feel our feelings. It doesn't mean we need to feel our feelings, but we also can't stay stuck in negative feelings, negative emotions, because what we feel and what we say to ourselves, our body takes on, and it can make us feel worse. So that's why AFS has a huge psychological component to it, and we have to work constantly with our minds to stay grateful and more positive, and to take in soothing things, inspirational things, information from people. And like I said, it doesn't mean we can't feel our feelings, because we are in a serious illness, and we are frightened, and we are nervous all of the time because of our symptoms. These symptoms are the symptoms of AFS, so we naturally feel them, not like we're creating them. They're cascading through our bodies, but we have to work with these things that are coming up constantly, as far as the depression and anxiety. That's all part of this journey with AFS. So I want to bring this up because I saw this reel on this young woman who is paralyzed, quadriplegic, and she was bringing up all of the things about herself that she was missing. Like, she was athletic, she was showing pictures of that, and she was showing various pictures of her life before she became a quadriplegic. And that struck me so deeply, like, just people and their illnesses and what they go through on a daily basis has always been very interesting to me, just in general. As when I was young and I was going to hairdressing school, I worked with a male that was a quadriplegic. He actually drove his car into the side of a house because he had fallen asleep and it paralyzed him. And that's just one piece, of course, of caregiving, but it always made me think of, wow, like, how do people maneuver through these particular illnesses that are that intense? How do they do it? What is the psychology? And I've been always an observer, empath, highly sensitive person. So I've always been kind of watching life as it happens to me. And I know that many of you are the same way. You're kind of a watcher of life, and you're deep, and you're, reflective. And so when something happens to somebody like that, and even to myself, when this happened to me, you know, I missed my old self that could work, that could drive a car, that could walk, that could do all our everyday things. I miss that too. And sometimes we just need to say that to someone. Like what she was going through, she was just sharing how she felt about her old life, and that she missed herself as she was. And I just want to acknowledge you that you will miss too these things that used to be you, because you could just do them. You could go for a bike ride. You could, get together with people. You could go get your hair done. You could, hang out with the guys. You could work really hard physically, or whatever you were doing, whatever your passion was, or your career, or, some of you are a lot younger. You're just starting college, and you have to drop out of college or even school, and you can't hang out with your friends. I mean, this is loss. What are we supposed to be like with this loss? So a big reason why I started these videos was because I felt such loss, and I felt the need to share that periodically with someone that could perhaps understand. And I really feel like people that can really understand it is people that have gone through intense loss themselves. There's a deeper connection and understanding when you speak with someone that has had intense loss. It's like someone that loses their mom that they were very close to talks to someone that loses their mom that they were very close to. They get each other. It's almost like an unspoken. That's just one, for instance. But it's just like, please share your feelings with someone that you feel can sort of be there for you, to hear it. Doesn't mean we'll stay stuck there. It's just like sometimes we feel so full inside of our bodies. But I remember everything with me was like, just stay calm, and you have things that are coming up in life that, a parent could be ill, or your child could be ill, or they need you, or, you get a phone call that's, you have trouble getting internet, whatever problem is going to come up. You have to get food somehow. Your partner's yelling at you because, you're not getting there fast enough for them. There's all these things of life that keep coming up and hitting you while you're trying to heal your body and your mind. And I feel like, please come here to share how you feel, if you feel alone. And I mean, I get it. And everybody here gets it too. I know I say this often, but I just don't want anybody to feel alone. And it was so easy for me to feel alone as well, Because many a times we're just alone in general. We're by ourselves or sitting in a room and trying to keep ourselves occupied somehow while we can't get out of bed or whatever it is. And we will go through all of these different feelings, and they are intense. They are so intense. And I just want to acknowledge all of you that are going through this journey. But I will tell you, I know that my journey was telling me that I had to change. I had to go deeper into me to find me without the other expectations, commotion of the world. Who am I? What do I want? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to feel on a daily basis? And I knew everything was just saying, Petra, you have to change. You have to change. You have to work at getting healthy. You have to do specific things to get healthier. And I can't stress enough about the mind. The mind is everything. The mind is hugely influential over the body. And if we can't get our minds in better places, it will take longer to heal. It will be harder for you. So again, I can't stress it enough, because I know that each one of us has in us this strength and willpower to know nothing can take us down. No matter how bad we feel, we have, it's innately built in us. It's called our survival network. That, you see people go through horrific things and they make it through. This is us. This is us. Nobody or nothing can take that spirit out of us. It's ours. It's ours. And yes, you got to dig deep for it. Yes. And every minute of the day, when you are especially very, very ill with this, yes, you have to dig deep, and you have to keep going. No matter what you feel like, how poorly you feel, because we need you here. Because with your information that you are going to have, you are going to heal people. You are stepping up to heal people, but from an really intense experience. It's different than learning something. Anybody can go online now and say, they learned this, they did Tony Robbins, they did this, now they're using the strategies. Yes, that's wonderful. And that's wonderful to take out into the world. But we have an intense thing that we are going through that is our teacher, that we will be able to help someone else. Maybe not in the format that I'm doing, but in your own way. Could be with words, could be with a look, could be with touch, whatever way you want to do it. Because you have this strength that is mind-blowing. And I know now from what I've gone through and continue to go through in life. I mean, everything is a lesson. Everything is, either going to make you think, and you're going to have to dig in, and you're going to have to try to figure out how you can get through it. That's what you have to do on a continuous basis. That's what I had to do. And I keep doing it day in, day out, because life keeps hitting. There's so much going on out there every single day. And this is what we have to do, because this is life. There is no guarantee of anything. But when you tap into your power inside of you, your strength, which anybody that's visiting this site, anybody that I talk to, everybody has courage. They have courage. And it's just there. And we need to access that courage on a daily basis to get through our minutes and our days and everything else. And I just wanted to acknowledge you all, because I see the courage and the strength and the perseverance that you have to have in order to get through a lot of illnesses just in general. And these people that are very ill with whatever it is are my inspirational people. They inspire me. They are, when I look at, say that woman that was a quadriplegic, or the guy that I helped years ago that was a quadriplegic. These people inspire me because they know on a deep level what it's all about. And they have to do a lot of work to get through it, and to manage, and to figure out on a moment-to-moment basis, how can I do this? What am I going to do? And they figure it out, just like we do. I had to figure it out. And the reason why certain people talk about certain things is because it's a formula. I did these specific things, and it helped me to go from A, B to C. And that's why I just share with you my knowledge of what I had to do in order to get through this. And I hear from people that are, they don't know what the next second brings, just like I didn't. And what does that feel like? Or when you can't do what you used to do, what does that feel like? I know, and I just wanted to do this video to just stay in it. Feel your feelings, but we have to quickly move on so we can get our bodies to feel safe and heal. We've got to tone that limbic system down so that the body can understand, I can rest, I'm okay. So that requires focus, doing specific things, and start to do them, and faithfully, and they will build, and you will feel better. And it requires a lot of awareness and thought, and again, doing specific things, like I said. but you will get out. And I mean outside, in the car, getting together with people, being able to talk on the phone, hanging out, traveling. You will get to those places again. Because what happens is, if I have a fear now, I have to look at it for what it is. Am I creating this fear to be too big? Am I making it too big in my mind? And what do I need to do to break through this fear? I do that. And this is what you do when you start to get better too. You realize, I'm fearful of something. Is it something real, or it's just the way my body's responding because it's in a habit of being in fear? We start to work with that fear, all of them. And we start to break through step by step these fears that we really had in our bodies and in our minds when we were very ill. Because that's a little journey in itself. It's a little at a time, and we keep going, and we build on it. Build on it. Check in with ourselves. It's like a process. But one thing for sure that I know is that you all have such courage. Because that's what this illness is for, the courageous people. It is. Because it's tough. It's tough. Believe me, I know. But the thing is, we're tougher. We're tougher. And I want you to remember that. That's why I never want you to give up. Will it take some time? Yes. Yes, it will. Took some time to get here. So will it take some time to heal? Yes. It's just the way it is. Nothing's a straight line. But please know that I'm thinking about you guys. I love you guys. I know you can do it. And just keep going. One moment at the time. All right? That's it. That's it. Don't make it into focusing on the whole big day or the whole big month. I'm still feeling like this. Don't go there. Just minute by minute. Just get to the next minute. And stay in that minute place. It helps so much than the big calendar days, it's just too much for the psyche. It can't go there. Makes you feel worse. Oh my God, I'm 3 months in and I still don't feel better. That's scary. That scares you. Stay in the moment. All right? And I really hope this video was helpful for you all. And please let me know how you're doing, and check in with me if you have any questions. You know you can always come here, or just let me know how you're feeling. And let's get through this together. Okay, guys? Love you guys so much. Please take care. Bye-bye.